I really enjoyed going down there for the forum. I'd never been to Texas, so it was exciting for the fact that it was there. Yeah, just really overall an awesome experience that the NCAA and Northwestern gave us to go down there. Felt very honored to be selected to represent Northwestern. It was just fun interacting with student athletes from all divisions and then athletic professionals as well.
Yeah, and I second everything Kaia just said. I had never been to Texas either. Dallas, first time. It's true, everything is bigger. I had to say that. And yeah, it was nice at the NCAA. We didn't have to pay for all of it, which was probably the nicest part, and they fed us real well and taught us a lot of things that we'll probably get into in a moment.
It was really jam-packed. I mean, literally every minute of every day was scheduled, so you were definitely tired when it came time to go up to your room and go to bed. But yeah, so just really full of lots of different activities. There's times where you're meeting with like your specific team, which is, for us, it was other Division III athletes kind of from our area, but then there were some people from out west as well. And then we did a service project. There's obviously times just for everyone to be together, just some fun activities. So really jam-packed weekend, but it was fun.
Most informative thing I would say is probably the personality assessment we did. Before going to Texas, we took a personality test online, and then when we got there and we met with our kind of division group, we discussed our results in depth. So it was a thick packet that was addressed specifically towards us, geared towards how we answered the questions, how our personality is, and then we got to take several hours and talk about how we relate to other people with other personality types. So it was really eye-opening for me just to think of like, oh yeah, this is how I relate with these types of people, and how I can use that in the future. One of the focuses we had during the weekend was networking. So they encouraged us heavily to meet people, and being in that setting with Division III, II, and I athletes from across the country, we had an opportunity to meet people that otherwise we probably never would have met before. And I got a number of phone numbers from people that I plan in keeping contact with. I talked to, I'm a track and field guy, so I met some guys that run for Colorado and other schools, Division I, and people that are talking about the Olympics. That would come up in conversation. So it's neat to see the diversity of level of athlete at it. So that was probably the coolest thing for me.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed that too, just getting to know athletes from all across the country. And, in a sense, you're in different divisions, but you're all going through a lot of the same things. So it was fun that way, and I know we've started basically a whole group on Facebook for all the athletes that attended. So it's been fun to see how people have been taking the things that they've learned and applying it in their campus. So it's been really fun to kind of continue to stay in touch with those people. So.
And what would you say was one thing that you learned or discussed that will be applicable as you return to just being a student athlete here at Northwestern?
I think one of the main things was, again, going back to that personality assessment, just learning how people perceive me, what my strengths and weaknesses are. So I think that's just something that can be applied to not only me as I deal with my teammates and coaches, but also throughout all of life. And then we also went through like a core values section of this huge workbook that we got for the weekend, and just kind of trying to narrow down the things that you want to be known for. And then figuring out how best you can become known for those things. So whether it's working hard or being dedicated or being responsible, what are the tangible things you can do to make people perceive you as a hard worker, things like that. So just really learning how to apply what you learned was huge for us there. So I just think being down there with all the people from the NCAA, I think it really opened my eyes to the possibilities that there are in the world of sport for a job, and so that's definitely become more of a passion in me. Just being able to network with people. I got to know the director of Division III a little bit, been emailing back and forth with her, which has been just an awesome opportunity to get to know her a little bit better, and just see how she got to where she is. And me and her have very similar personalities that we learned at the forum, and so it's just been fun to learn a lot from her, and just realizing how many lifelong connections I've made that could potentially help me in the future. And so yeah, just overall awesome people down there that we got to meet and interact with.
One of the evenings, they hired a comedy club to come and teach each individual group the basics of improv comedy. So they taught us a bunch of strategies and how to properly do that, and how it related to teamwork and reacting positively to what somebody says, and all these little things that mesh so well with improv. And each group picked somebody to represent that group in case you got chosen to go up on stage, and my group was chosen, so I got to go up on stage with a couple other athletes and the professional guys and gals. And we did a couple skits that I'd obviously never done before because I've never done that before. So it was a great experience. I'm hoping to get the video. And even more so, I wrote down all the activities we did, and I'm excited to go home this summer and teach them to my cross-country team that I coach. So good things are to come.